is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Mike, 53, Mike. Here we go. Hey, Shiv.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
53 to Mike, 53, check.
Fitzpatrick down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Perry comes flying in for the sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Fitzpatrick. Going deep here for Parker. Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Parker, the intended target. Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw, Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Xavier Howard. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Parker unable to get that one, and that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again, Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. To return is Taylor. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now Mayfield. He's going to look deep now for Landry. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Alert, alert, alert.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down. Seibert able to knock this one through. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Pirine. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. everything for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, first down.
Hey, alert 33.
First down, Mayfield. They'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
He's not going to get me.
Here's Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. He was looking for Landry that time.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so. And they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang at Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He's going to launch this thing way downfield, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. To throw is Fitzpatrick. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And down right around the 37. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Pin the mirrors back and go full strip. Slam, slam, slam.
Now Fitzpatrick. His throw incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
On play action, Fitzpatrick. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Wilson now in his 2nd season in Miami. First 4 years were in Kansas City. He's always been a solid complementary receiver, but Miami really hoping he can take the next step in his development, be more of a go-to guy now at 27 years of age. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Oh, and Sanders pushed it to the right. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going deep here for Landry. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he's got it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
From the 31, Fitzpatrick. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. First down, Fitzpatrick. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Hey, 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. Check 31, check 31. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Final play of the half, Fitzpatrick. Setting up the screen to Pirine. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway.
Come on, fellas.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Flush to his right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. It got his man complete. It's a big play there for the Browns. 44 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Come on. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got numbers. Double up.
Alert, 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 alert.
Check three. Check three.
They'll run with Chubb. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a give right side. It's Grant. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Hey, alert 33.
They go back to Grant. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Corey Grant. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And,
in a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Alabama, Mack Wilson. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a third-day selection. Anyone after the 4th round, that's big-time scouting right there. And what a great play he just made.
King. We ain't giving up nothing today. Big time drive. Let's go, boys. Let's go.
A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd down and 4, Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 26 and a first down. They'll run on first down. Muhammad. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Nick Chubb, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Fitzpatrick. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. That one covers 29 yards. First down. This quarterback now 9 of 17 through the air. Not a great percentage, but it is 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hey, 20!
A 1st down throw for Fitzpatrick. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. He's got it. So they convert the 2 that keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They're going to be stopped up on this 1st down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And credit the tackle to Taco Charlton with a stop. They go back to Reddick. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
King. Hey, orbit.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to air one out. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Aqib Talib. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Fitzpatrick. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Grant. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Myles Garrett, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After the sack on first down, Fitzpatrick, and he's going to go down again. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Fitzpatrick now. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Myles Garrett in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Fitzpatrick on 4th down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Taking it in from the 20, and the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Did they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On first down, Laird. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. To throw, Fitzpatrick. He's going to let it fly. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Albert Wilson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They begin this drive with Chubb. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll run again with Hunt. And he stopped immediately there. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up. Check 43. Pistol. Check 4. Check.
On third down, here's Hunt. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Jamie Gillendow. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
No. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Showing up. 35. 36.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 18 big yards on that one and a Miami first. So one play and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll keep it on the ground. Laird. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Check 53's mine. Let's go, D.